Hey team, I wanted to make a quick video. I have been doing a language learning challenge where I have been spending 30 minutes a day learning a language. I've been kind of mixing it up so that way I don't get stuck or frustrated with one language. I have been working on like 4 languages and I have been loving it. I love it. I feel like I am making strides in Spanish was one of the primary ones I was learning, and so I was already kind of farther ahead with that one, but I feel like I'm making pretty decent strides and I'm getting closer to proficiency on that one, with the grammatical things, and I'm learning more vocabulary words as well, so that's been a lot of fun. I've also been working on kind of more fun ones as well, like Italian. I fell in love with the Italian countryside in a book that I read, and so that one's pure fluff. Oh, maybe one day I'll be able to go, kind of things. So that one is Heart, yay, Dreamland a little bit. Also learning Norwegian, that kind of goes with my heritage. It would be great to get up that way as well at some point in my life. And also German, more of my heritage. And so it's been a lot of fun. I feel like I've been able to kind of bounce back and forth to make sure that it doesn't get too boring, or if I get stuck, I'm not gonna just give up on the half hour or whatever. And there is a way that you can kind of refresh, on the game as well. So if you do get stuck, you can just practice and then keep going. So that's been nice. It gets a little frustrating too, because then sometimes you feel like you're not making progress because you have to keep practicing to move forward versus moving forward. But I have been appreciating it very much. I feel like I can kind of step outside of my little box, and it's kind of like a secret part of my life, I feel like, because I've not been able to apply it really anywhere, and so I'd love to be able to use it in some way, in some fashion. If obviously I'm not in a position where I can travel now, but it seems more like it's kind of a for me initiative, but it's empowering. It's empowering because it makes you feel like you can step out of your box. You can join the world, and not just like this little compartment of you and everyone like you. You can step outside of that, and you can contribute on a more global scale. And I think that's right now, the vocab is very basic. So it's like we're going to the restaurant in like all of the different languages. I would like ost, cheese. Well, I'm vegan, so a lot of it's not applicable. Carne, stuff like that. I don't eat those things, but it's still good to know, so that way you can say sin carne gracias. So it's but it's been nice, and I do feel like sometimes the app is kind of hiding the cognates on me. I thought it'd be easier to learn a number of languages with the Romantic base, because of a lot of, if they're all Latin based, then they would probably have a lot of cognates. And then I was kind of like paging through my vocab words, not paging through, but like I kind of clicked into one of them and it had a cognate hidden. I was like, no, what? I didn't even know how to respond, because I was like, I could learn this word, or I could use one that's pretty much exactly the same in French for Spanish, and then, I would have saved myself some effort there, but it wasn't there, and so I was like, oh man, now they're just being mean. But anyway, and then some things I'm like, well, that can't be right, because, like vêtements dans le français is clothes, vêtements is clothes in French, and then we're learning about German clothes, and it's like I'm really good at German. Obligamiento, like you're obligated, or whatever, to wear these such clothes. And then it's saying that vêtements or something comparable is like 2 different things. It's like, no, that's just a generic, like if it's like French, that just means clothes. So then it's like, now I'm questioning the app and its veracity, and there have been a few other words and I'm like, well, that's not a direct translation. Maybe that's a cultural thing, that's not direct, based on cognates and what I know of other languages. So it's been that's been a little kind of frustrating. And I have found the flag button and the question marks, so I've kind of like put a couple of notes in for feedback, but I haven't heard anything back. I would love to. One of them I am actually very concerned with, just because it's a Spanish thing. And it's talking like, I am going, let me pull up the example, because I've tried to reference this a number of times and I always forget. Okay, the reference, it was te voy a decir algo importante. So it's Spanish, and it's, saying, I'm going to tell you something important. And maybe it's a different tense or, verb conjugation. But I swear when I was learning French, or maybe this was even like an English grammar lesson from years and years ago, I swear it's that te voy is supposed to be voy a te decir. And I've tried to talk to my sister about it, because she studied Spanish in school, and she's like, I do not know what you're trying to refer to. And so I found the exact quote, and I took a picture of it on my phone, and I sent it to my sister, and she still has not gotten back to me. I kind of flagged it for the app, and they haven't gotten back to me either. And I just really want to know, am I wrong? And then am I wrong in Spanish and French, or am I just Spanish? Or, so if you can let me know, that would be great. But otherwise, I've been loving it. It makes you feel like you can contribute in a bigger way, in a better way. You can bridge gaps between yourself, your community, and other parts of the world. And I think that that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. It helps you be humble. It helps you feel empowered, just because these things, like, you just don't know. And then I cannot say obligamiento in German. That didn't even sound even remotely German. So it's been fun, and it gets confusing, especially with the Norwegian and the German kind of bouncing back and forth, and it's so it's been great. So anyway, I just want to make a quick video. Please let me know if you know the answer to my grammatical question. Otherwise, if you have similar experiences, or if you just want to nerd about language learning, language apps, please let me know. Leave messages. I would love to. If you want to speak another language with me, I would love that as well, because I know the language is okay, decent on the app, but in real life, I don't know. So it would be great to practice. So please leave a message. Thank you so much.